Imagine a people whose footsteps stretch from the sun-baked plains of Rajasthan to the winding alleys of Andalusia, changing clothes, languages, and customs at every turn, yet carrying a single, unbroken story across continents. Who are they? Today, we'll unravel the hidden history of the Romani, often called Gypsies, and follow their 1,000-year journey from India's northwest to the heart of Europe and beyond. Stick around. This is a tale of migration, identity, resilience, and the enduring power of culture. Enjoy the deep dive? Hit like, subscribe, and ring the bell here at Bible Short Stories so you never miss another exploration of history's most fascinating peoples. But what exactly is a gypsy? First, let's clear up a common misconception. Gypsy isn't a job or a choice, it's an ethnicity. You're not born a truck driver, you become one. But you are born Romani, just as you're born Yoruba, Sami, or Maori. The Romani, also called Roma, Sinti or Kalderash, depending on the subgroup, share common roots, even though today you'll find them in tents, caravans, apartments, and high-rise buildings alike. So where did the Gypsies originate? The tale begins in the sun-scorched plains of Rajasthan and Punjab, where a community known as the Doma toiled as blacksmiths, potters, and musicians. Around 500 CE, pressure from invading empires, perhaps the Ghaznavids or early Rajputs, pushed families westward. Linguistically, Romani preserves Sanskrit roots. Words like Fral, brother, and Kali, black, mirror their Indian counterparts. A 2012 genetic study in the European Journal of Human Genetics traced over 70% of Romani men to a single Y chromosome lineage found among those ancient Doma castes, proof that a single exodus sent shockwaves across continents. As this group reached the Persian frontier, they carried not just iron tools, but traditions that would adapt to every new land. So what happened next? Crossing into the Sasanian Empire, these itinerant artisans and entertainers mingled with Persian musicians, absorbing new melodies and rituals. By the 9th century, small Romani bands appear in Byzantine court records, famed as lutar players who could tame even the proudest emperor's heart. Yet their outsider status always marked them. Medieval laws in Constantinople restricted where they could live and work, foreshadowing centuries of push and pull between acceptance for their skills and suspicion of their differences. From Istanbul's marble palaces, the journey pressed on into the heart of medieval Europe, where the Romani would be both prized and persecuted. But how did this happen? The first European chronicles in Spain, 1415, and France, 1427, refer to newcomers as Egyptians. This misnomer led to the term gypsy and cloak and dagger legends of exotic magic. In England, under Henry VIII, Egyptians faced expulsion unless they could prove a trade, leading many into hiding or assimilation. Meanwhile, in Eastern Europe, Romani groups spread through the Balkans, living on the fringes of feudal estates. Rulers in Wallachia and Moldavia enslaved them from the 15th to 19th centuries, forcing generations into serfdom. Yet even bondage couldn't break their spirit. Romani music, dance, and craftsmanship flourished underground, setting the stage for eventual emancipation. What happened next? The 19th century brought seismic change. Romania abolished Romani slavery in 1856, and across Europe, Enlightenment ideas spurred gradual legal reforms. Freed families formed futnas, extended clans, trading caravans stretching from Budapest to Seville. This era saw the rise of legendary Romani musicians, Django Reinhardt, whose gypsy jazz fused Romani lilt with Parisian cafe life, and Esma Regepova, the queen of gypsy music, whose voice carried Balkan beats worldwide. Their success proved that culture can triumph over adversity. But just as doors opened, darker shadows loomed, culminating in one of history's worst genocides. When did this happen? Under Nazi occupation, Romani were targeted alongside Jews in the Porajmos, the devouring. Up to 500,000 were deported to Auschwitz, where SS doctors infamously conducted brutal medical experiments. Entire Romani camps were erased. In the war's aftermath, silence reigned. It would take decades before survivors' stories reached public awareness. Only in 1979 did the West German parliament officially recognize the Romani genocide, and echoes of that trauma still shape community memory today. Rising from this abyss, Romani communities fought not just for survival, but for dignity and rights in a skeptical post-war world. How are Gypsies treated today? From the 1970s onward, Romani activists formed NGOs like the European Roma Rights Center, 1996, to combat segregation in schools, forced evictions, and employment discrimination. The European Union's Roma Framework, 2011, set goals for education, healthcare, and housing, but progress remains uneven. Romani children still face disproportionate school dropout rates, and hate crimes surge in far-right hotspots. Yet hope glimmers in grassroots initiatives, mobile libraries teaching Romani dialects to young people, public murals celebrating Romani heritage in Slovakia, and annual World Roma festivals in Prague, drawing tens of thousands to dance, debate, and reclaim a narrative once written by outsiders. Beyond struggle, the Romani story is one of cultural innovation, language evolving, traditions adapting, and identity flourishing. But what language do they speak? Romani survives through dozens of dialects, from Kalderash in the Balkans to Manouche in France. Influenced by Greek, Turkish, Slavic, and German, each variant carries a trove of borrowed words, like a living mosaic of the roots taken. Recent efforts to codify Romani grammar and push for Romani mother tongue classes in European schools are reversing centuries of marginalization. Young Romani rappers in the UK are building bridges between their heritage and modern genres, proving that language, like identity, can bend without breaking. All this begs the question, what does it mean today to be Romani in a globalized world? With an estimated 12 million worldwide, Europe's largest minority, the Romani diaspora spans Brazil's quilombos to the US rail yards. Intermarriage, mixed heritage, and urbanization blur old boundaries. Some declare proudly Romani. Others keep the identity secret to avoid prejudice. Yet common threads endure, strong family bonds, celebrations of life through weddings and name days, and the ever-present code of Romanipen, the unwritten Romani ethos, valuing honor, hospitality, and respect. So, as we've seen, from a single exodus in India to a vibrant global mosaic, the Romani legacy is far richer than stereotypes suggest. The Romani journey reminds us that culture can survive exile, bonds can outlast oppression, and identity can flourish despite attempts to erase it. Which chapter struck you hardest, their Indian roots, the Gothic Porajmos, or today's youth reclaiming their tongue? Let me know in the comments below. And if this deep dive inspired you, like, share and subscribe for more untold histories. Thanks for watching. May their story challenge you to look beyond labels and discover the resilience woven into every human journey.